June's halfway over and I'm finally filming my TBR. July, bitch, it's July. Okay, so July, I'm doing two things. I'm reading indie books, books by indie authors, as well as I've had a lot of wine, Jesus. Participating in the Smutathon, Readathon, which will be over probably by the time you see this. Let's start off with the indie books, because I don't know what the Smutathon books I will read by then, and you'll just see a wrap up. But know that it's things. There will be 5-ish books from that I will add to my wrap up, as well as the indie books and some arcs that I have. So let's go with the June TBR. I have these arcs, these books by these indie authors that I want to read, as well as some arcs that I need to get to. So first off, since it's the one sitting right in front of me, I have Over a God's Dead Body by Joel Spriggs. This one, it says Seth is an Egyptian god of chaos. Loki is a Norse trickster god. One's possibly the oldest micromanager to have ever walked the earth. The other is an asshole of legendary proportions. Unfortunately, Loki owes Seth for his freedom, but finds himself looking to pay off his debt with finding the body of another god, while trying to plot and steal the body being held in secret collection at a small Midwest college. They find more happening at the school than just bad life choices and exploitative student loans. Quickly, Loki finds himself trying to protect the sentence he never knew he had, while still trying to secure his own freedom and having to referee a fight between a melodramatic Canadian and a Girl Scout dead mother. So that is the first one. Then there is City of Kings by Bree M. Lewandowski. This is a second chance romance set in a dystopian post-apocalyptic world. Yeah, buddy. I will read you a summary for that as well. Lovers once, enemies now. How hot does hurt and hatred burn before the flames consume everything? She was the ruin of his heart, the reason he swore he'd never come back to Illinois, yet when commanding officer sends Judah Crane on obligatory guard detail to Chicago for a quarterly council of kings, nightmares from the past come back to haunt him. And God has a funny sense of humor. Maeva Green has worked hard for the life she has. There's been no one along the way to help. Now, engaged to Chicago City King, she can finally see her future and everything she hopes to accomplish until the man she wants to love appears. I have started reading that one for Smutathon as well, since it is a second chance romance and it fits one of the tropes. Then there is Clara Mandrake's Monster by, where'd it go? Ibrahim Amin. So this one, Clara Mandrake screams in the night because she knows he's there. The monster lurks in her wardrobe, all fur and teeth and claws. He's coming for her, but will her sanity tear before her flesh? Somaiya Hassad hears the words of Allah, the one goddess, the world shall perish for its sins unless Somaiya and her people save it. The cost will be heavy, paid in blood. Silas Renshaw puts his sword on his belt and embarks on the career he knows may kill him. That's the life of an apprentice monster hunter. It's too late to turn back now. The hunter, the fantastic, the child of the darkness. Their paths weave through blood and cries and corpses beneath the glare of gods and monsters. This one I was supposed to read forever ago. I'm very much a mood reader though, so I have a very hard time following a strict TBR. And I want to apologize to authors who might send me their stuff to review. When I say I'm going to review it, I have every intention of reviewing it. It's just I'm a mood reader, so if I pick it up, it's not that I don't think I'll like it or don't like it. It's just I'm waiting till I'm in the mood for this particular type of story so I can enjoy it as much as I, am going to enjoy it. Because if I'm not in the mood for it, I'll just be like, meh, and it might not be the book, it might just be me, and I don't want to do that. So I'll wait until I'm in the mood. Then I will be reading, and this will be a short story, it's like episodic. The Strawberry Lane Hotel, which is part of the Raven Tree Society. This is by J.E. Perazzi, who, if you have not seen my review of the first book in her Malfunction series, it's the first book I did where I created a drink to go along with it. You need to check that out, darling, because it was fabulous. It was fabulous. It's fabulous. J.E. Perazzi is a speculative fiction author, and I have been drinking too much to explain the awesomeness of what that means right now, so go watch. I explained that all in my review of her book, like what speculative fiction is, what speculative fiction is and how it plays into her story, and it's so really really good. So she has these, they're like horror stories, and she says they're perfect for people who love supernatural. So I will be reading it as well. I guess I should tell you what it's about. Kyle Hansen was not a believer, and that was a bit hypocritical since he made his living as a paranormal investigator on a TV show that was highly rated among its Since he made his living as a paranormal investigator on a TV show that was highly rated among its demographic of unemployed college dropouts and late-night drinkers. Despite that, he was quite proud of his resilient doubt until the night his brother disappeared while recording an episode of the supposedly haunted woods around Greensboro, Louisiana. That wasn't what shook his stalwart lack of faith. No, the event that changed his perspective was the night that followed 3 months afterward. What he saw at the Strawberry Lane Motel. This is the first in a supernatural thriller short story serial. And I'm really excited about that because I really like her writing, and I am a sucker for the amount of detail that she puts in it. Like, she's one of these authors that when I read her work, I can tell like the amount of research and detail that went into it, and it just speaks to my little detail-loving heart. And I love it. It's like the little things that annoy me when I read other books. I'm like, why didn't you include that? That makes sense because of that. Like, she's already thought of those things and put them in there, so I can just chill and enjoy the story and just love it. And then I note those things and I'm like, yes, so good. Now I'm excited to see, because that is a like cyberpunk sci-fi dystopian world, so I'm interested to see in the supernatural world what she does with it. I'm super stoked. Then I am reading The Lake of Living Water by Beth Wrangler. This is a short story. This is set in the world of the Firstborn Legacy series. This is a Christian fantasy short story that mixes the biblical story of the fall with dragons and talking animals. It's a story of discovery, of loss, and hope. It says life is perfect, life is perfect, life is good. At least that's all Narda has ever known. He and his siblings embark on the greatest adventure yet. They plan to climb the tallest mountain into the heavens where they can sing with the stars. On the way, he discovers marvels he never dreamed of. Then he encounters something better and worse than his wildest dreams. Also, I will be reading Out of Darkness, which is the first book in the Creation of Jack series by E.B. Dawson. This book, the synopsis says, and I'm reading the synopsis because this is the 4th video I filmed today, and this is Bertha. Bertha holds 750 cc's, 750 milliliters, which is an entire bottle of wine. It was full when I started. So for everybody's sake and the sake of coherency, I'm reading the synopsis off of Goodreads. In the not too distant future, the daughter of a diplomat is financially pressured into attending a prestigious leadership academy. But on arrival, she finds she's been targeted by an international terrorist. Months later, she disappears altogether into a dark web of international conspiracy where nothing is as it seems, and her only hope of salvation is a jaded idealist sent on a suicide mission. It's an action-packed, authentic story of brokenness and hope in a futuristic world, which, yes please, thank you. So I'm super excited. For my last indie read for this month, I will be reading, I read last month, Get in My Head, Jared's Story by S.M. Holland. So this month I will be reading Get in My Head, Sarah's Story by S.M. Holland. And probably crying, because her books make me cry. So just be aware that that's a thing. It's gonna happen. S.M. Holland writes mental health stories, and they are very real and raw, and just be aware of that if you're the type of person that needs trigger warnings. Okay? Alright. So, Get in My Head, Sarah's Story. You'll tell Mom if you're not doing good? I nod again. My throat's too tight to speak. I'm serious. You'll tell her this time? Yes, sir. My heart bangs on my ribcage. Promise, Dad pushes. Promise. I lie. I could never do that to her again. I'm stronger this time. New school, new year. It's all too familiar for military brat Sarah Parker. After her dad gets deployed, the darkness in her mind is set free, wreaking havoc on every aspect of her life. Stuck in the bottom of a pit with no one to turn to, Sarah's world comes crashing down as everyone around her discovers her secrets, one scar at a time. I already know it's gonna like murder me, but it's okay because it's a good story. Like it brings awareness to things that need awareness brought to them. But just know you gonna cry, Jesus. You gonna cry. Is that every indie that I intended to read this month? I think it is. If it was not, you will find out. I have an arc for a Grace Draven book. Phoenix Unbound, which is the first book in the Fallen Empire series. This one, I shall read you its synopsis. All you read, love. A woman with power over fire and illusion and an enslaved son of chieftain battle a corrupt empire that is powerful and deeply emotional romantic fantasy from the USA Today best-selling author of Radiance. I didn't need to read that part, but I did. Every year, each village is required to send a young woman to the empire's capital. Her fate to be burned alive for the entertainment of the masses. For the last 5 years, one small village's tithe has been the same woman. Gillian's sacrifice protects all the other young women of her village, and her secret to staying alive lies with the magic only she possesses. But this year is different. Azarian, the Empire's most famous gladiator, has somehow seen through her illusion and is set on blackmailing her into using her abilities to help him escape his life of slavery. And unknown to Gillian, he also wants to reclaim the birthright of his clan. To protect her family and village, she will risk everything to return to the Empire and burn once more. I'm so excited because I love Grace Draven. There is also Reaper at the Gates by Somaiya. These came out in June, and I'm being such a slacker. I was really stoked to read them, but they came out and I was just like trying to get the movers to get my stuff, and the movers has been a whole, oh my god, it's been so bad. But anyway, this is a US copy, this is a UK copy, which just got here today. And I'm super stoked to read it. I'm going to try to get to it this month, but I have to be in the right mind space for it because I have to be able to like really pay attention, which is why I've also been putting the indies out, because I want to really pay attention, take in the story and what I'm reading and be able to give it like a proper review. So that's why I haven't gotten to it yet. Also, I would like to try to read Furyborn, but I'm not going to tell that a lot because that's a big book and it's a lot going on this month. So, also, lastly, one quick thing for those of you who are not aware of the whole book club situation. I've started an urban fantasy and paranormal romance book club. I will be reading 2 books a month. You all can read and join in. There is not a Goodreads group yet, but let me know if you all prefer to do the Goodreads group. But as of right now, what we're doing is a live video on YouTube at the end of the month. Go watch the video I posted. This is like book club stuff because I can't remember what day and time because I've had a lot of this red juice stuff. And I believe it's 26th or 27th at 6:30 Central Time, but don't quote me on that. At any rate, we will be reading for that firstly Skinwalker, which is the first book in the Jane Yellowrock series, which is an urban fantasy featuring a female protagonist who is of Native American descent. Also, now that one I've read already. I have not read it yet because no spoilers. And then also, still gotta finish this. So this is also my TBR. We'll be reading Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Rowanhorse, which, oh my god, I'm so excited for this. Like, I started it and wasn't in the right mindset to pay attention. Basically, I was just sleepy as fuck, but it's so fucking good. I cannot wait to finish this. It's an urban fantasy with kick-ass monster hunters. Let me just read you this fuck awesomeness. While most of the world is drowned beneath the sudden rising waters of a climate apocalypse, Dinétah, formerly the Navajo reservation, has been reborn. The gods and heroes of legend walk the land, but so do monsters. Maggie Holsky is a Dinétah monster hunter, a supernaturally gifted killer. When a small town needs help finding a missing girl, Maggie is their last best hope, but what she uncovers about the monster is much more terrifying than anything she could imagine. Maggie reluctantly enlists the aid of Kay Arviso, an unconventional medicine man, and together they travel the res, unraveling clues from ancient legends, trading favors with tricksters, and battling dark witchcraft in a patchwork world of deteriorating technology. As Maggie discovers the truth behind the killing, she will have to confront her past if she wants to survive. Welcome to the Sixth World. Now this one is Own Voices, and it is written by a woman of Native American descent who has won some pretty highfalutin awards for her writing. So it's well earned. concerned because this is awesome. And I already started it and child, I was not ready. I'm not even that far in. I was like, oh shit, got real quick. Yes. So it's really fucking good. I encourage you, if you can only read one, if you would like to join in the book club, please pick up Trail of Lightning. We'll be talking about both books in the live group video thing. Also, for those of you who are like, bitch, where you been? Like, go find my Twitter and go find my Instagram, and you will see all of the fuckery. So there's my personal Instagram and my bookish Instagram and my Twitter. I will link all of them down below, and you will just scroll back and see, child. Just see the bullshit. Wafting it with me. Put your hip waders on. Let's just go. So that is it for my TBR. I know it's late. I'm sorry. My bad, dog. And yeah, I think that's all I got for now. Please go check out my social media pages, as well as hit that little bell. I know I quit saying it forever ago because it's annoying as fuck, but YouTube has changed their algorithms and such again, so now you will not see all my uploads at all. Even if you subscribe to me, you won't see them in like your YouTube timeline, period, sometimes, unless you have the bell. I don't know why they did that, but it's fucking annoying. So, like, whereas before I didn't get an alert, but if I scroll down, I can see that you uploaded something. If I'm subscribed to you, not anymore. You'll see some, maybe, but you won't definitely see all of them unless you have the bell. I don't know why they did that, but just be aware that that's a thing. So, thank you guys so much for watching and keeping with me while I'm getting this whole move-in fuckery under control. I still got to get furniture and a desk and get this set up so I can start back with my drink mixed book reviews things. And, not sitting on the floor and having bookshelves and just having a real setup and being able to just film more efficiently. I can't wait. Thank you guys for bearing with me, and I will also get like my intro and stuff in my life together here soon. I love you guys. You are the bestest, and I will see you later. Bye.